Getting set for the 3A state championship game. We're with Coach Eric Cohu of the Madison Acadmey Mustangs. First, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. It was a wild night.
Wild night. Here we are again, 4 straight years. Talk about the difference in some of the teams you've had over the last 4 years. How is this team different from those others?
Well, this team, we had a lot of young starters to start this season. We play 5 sophomores a lot, 5 juniors. Most of those guys start. So it was kind of a new team. Of course, we have the familiar names of Kerryon Johnson and Malik Miller, 2 of the state's best players, maybe arguably 2 of the best in the nation. So that certainly helps. But we had a lot of new faces, a lot of places. The seniors, though, that are back, they've done an outstanding job of leading us. Blake Coward, our quarterback, Adam Mann, great leader on the offensive and defensive line. Blake Wimberly, Will Dye. We just had several seniors that have stepped up, really led, that were veterans of last year's team. But we lost 8 defensive starters and 6 on offense, so we had a lot of guys to replace.
You talked about Kerryon Johnson and Malik Miller, and let's talk about what that means to your program, what those 2 guys, the impact they've had.
Yeah, absolutely. Kerryon is one of the most dynamic, explosive players that I've ever seen. I had the privilege of coaching, guys that are in the NFL now and so forth. So he's definitely one of the best. He's explosive. He's playmaker. He's opportunistic. He's such a threat at multiple positions, at tailback, at wide receiver, and defensively does an outstanding job for us. Malik's a heavy back that just it's tough to tackle him all night long. In the semifinal game, he had a lot of big runs that in the second half that really helped us out and allowed us to advance. So both those guys, the 1-2 punch, are really tough for opponents to defend.
Yeah, second straight year that Malik Miller has come up big in the semifinals and really has had a major impact on that. But I also want to mention your quarterback. You mentioned a few minutes ago Blake Coward. He's a cool customer, and to me, he doesn't get as much credit as he deserves. He had a touchdown pass last night, and he is he's just a great leader for you.
Absolutely, he's 38-1 if I'm doing the math right as a starter, and that's impressive. He as a sophomore, he came in and full time started week 6 on. We won 10 straight, led us to a state championship, and then last year led our team with a 15-0 record. This year Leeds got us out of the gate, but Blake is a great game manager. He's got a solid arm. He's faster than what people think. In fact, he ran for a big first down or 2 last night. Some big plays for us with his feet, actually, and so forth. So he's athletic. He's poised game manager. He's been in a lot of big games and has made the big plays when we needed them. And you're right. It's just nice having that experienced starter back there for going on 3 years, playing since he was a sophomore.
The semifinal win over Glencoe was a tough battle. You get a 34-yard field goal from Nathan Geist to win that thing, and I tell you what, that was one of the better ball games in the semifinal round.
Well, it was a wild game. It puts some gray hairs on you, but Nathan's a great kicker. He kicked a state record kick last year in the state championship. I think it was 45 yards that set an AHSAA Super 6 record. So we have confidence in him. He's also, I believe, set a record on number of PATs in a row, stretching back from last year. He's over 100 in a row. So hopefully he'll continue that this last game, but he's done an outstanding job for us in the kicking game for the last couple of years. He's got a great leg, and he's a good young man too.
You got by Leeds last year in the state championship game, 31-14. Then you open up the season with them. You mentioned a little bit earlier about that loss. What did that do to your team? Did it kind of refocus the guys?
Well, I think, the biggest thing in that game was we'd gone so long without losing a game, and it was a chance for our guys to really redefine themselves this year and say, are we last year's team, or are we a new team? And I think that Leeds put pressure on us right out of the gate. It was on national TV, and, we played our hearts out. Leeds has got a great football team, and obviously in the 4A championship, and they had several they had a lot of starters back. But one thing I kept reiterating was they were very hungry because we had beaten them in the state championship, and I think our guys over the course of the season have learned to be hungry. I told them that last night at halftime against Glencoe. We're going to have to be very hungry to continue, and I think that game put a lot of pressure on us. Realized that it helped our sophomores and juniors realize that they've got to step up because we had a lot of guys first time on the field varsity football in a high pressure situation. They played well, but they learned that it's a battle every Friday night.
Coach Eric Cohu joining us again, Madison Acadmey Mustangs playing for the 3A state championship. Coach, thanks for your time, and again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.